feels so weird to be talking to a camera and nobody's here. No more music. I forgot to send that stuff to myself. Oops. I'm literally just gonna practice aloud because I need to get this together. And I'm gonna learn Spanish. Oh wait, I think I can put something behind me. Anyway, I'm gonna practice aloud, and the benefit of speaking Spanish to a camera is I'm able to talk without feeling crazy, being on live. But I want to practice my alphabet a little bit, and then once I'm done with my alphabet, oh, hi, my viewer. I don't know who you are, but shout out to you. After that, I'm gonna practice some more Spanish. Hopefully you can hear me. If you can hear me, let me know if you want to. Hola, 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 hola. Hi, Jean. I am practicing my Spanish. I'm trying to learn Spanish in 30 days. I'm clearly, not at home. I'm in paradise right now. I'm in Mexico, and I'm trying to learn some Spanish. But I'm gonna start from the beginning because my Spanish is very rough. I've been trying to talk, and it's been a struggle. So we will see how this goes. I'm gonna start off with my alphabet, and then after the alphabet, I'm gonna move on. If you want to hear how my Spanish sounds presently, it's giving no hablo inglés, no hablo español. I can say basic stuff like me llamo Joycelyn. I can say yo soy profesora de ciencio. I can say, that I'm, how old? 27 años. I can say that, but anything other than that, I struggle with. So if you have any tips on learning Spanish or another language, please let me know, and feel free to correct me because I'm not perfect. In fact, I'm gonna struggle, and it's like really, really hot. So I think it's gonna add to that intensity. But I'm glad that you guys are here because now I don't feel like I'm talking to myself. And I can talk aloud and I can get my practice in even though I don't have anybody to respond. Hopefully the background is not too noisy for you. We'll see. So yeah, I'm gonna practice my alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, E. It might be E. That one is J. Also J is J. K, L, N, M, N, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y. Ooh, this one is getting me. That Y is getting me. Y, Z. So yeah, I'm gonna watch a video on this alphabet in Spanish, and I'm just gonna practice aloud. And if you want to practice with me, please, because it's a struggle, but I will learn. How are you? Welcome, new people in the live. Welcome. I'm clearly in paradise. As you can see, the wind is blowing. There's a beautiful background. Oh, I love it. The thing about Mexico is it's such a beautiful country. Like, it really truly is its own paradise. Anyway, back to Spanish.
Most of the letters are the same as the letters in the English alphabet, but the thing is that most of them will be pronounced differently. So that's what I want to show you in this video. And let's start right ahead. Let's start with the first letter, which is the English A, but in Spanish it's pronounced A. So I'll just always write the kind of English equivalent of the pronunciation next to the letter. The first one is A, then it's followed by B, which is B.
B.
Then we hit C,
C.
which is kind of similar to the sound of TH in English together. So you kind of have to put your tongue towards your front teeth and say C.
C.
Then we hit Che.
Che. That's a good one. D.
E.
E.
F.
F.
And now this is a difficult letter for many Americans or many English-speaking people because it represents a sound that you don't really have in English. It's so to write like this, H-E-H. It's kind of like trying to say H but putting a more rumbling sound. It's kind of like from the back of your throat. And you'll get to pronouncing it, don't worry, but it takes some time. The H, the English H in Spanish is H.
H. Yeah.
H. E. Jota, which again has a rather than H, but it's again a rumbling sound.
I need to learn how to spell my name.
Jota is spelled by K.
Double. I don't know how to say the Y.
M.
M. So
N.
it's.
And this is a new letter for you guys.
A, B, C, Che, D, E, F, G. No, G is He, H, I, J, K, L, Ya, Ya, M, N, Ñ, O, P. Ooh, yeah, this is the one I'm gonna struggle with.
Guys,
Hi Dario, hi Reno.
Like
I need you in my life. You're funny.
It's very similar to the sound that you make in English.
I need Spanish in my life. Can you help me with that? Enya.
Enya is followed by O. Then by Pe.
Pe.
Hu. And this is another difficult word because in English you kind of have this soft R, but in Spanish it's very sharp. It's pronounced as ere.
Ere.
It will also probably take some practice for you guys. Ere. And even the one that follows, even if it's only difficult, you prolong the R. And it's ere.
Ere.
So let's make a double R right here. Okay, so ere, ere. And that is followed by S, T, U, V, W, which is kind of similar to English because you have U, V, and the W. This is kind of double V. So U, V,
W.
W means double. And you probably thought it yourself. And that is followed by X.
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 And the last two are Y.
Y. That's a tongue twister. Y.
Again, similar to C.
I could treat you to send me your location. I'm in Mexico right now. So
run through it once again real quick.
how about that?
B, C, Ch, D, E,
Theta.
F, G, H, I, J, K,
L,
L,
E. Let me try that one more time. So
K, L.
I don't know if you noticed, I put the audio on 2x speed. Besamos. Celo? I don't know. But thank you for the Spanish. I need it, so I'm gonna practice. I'm gonna look that up later. Alright, so let me try again from the beginning.
Two are the TH sound. So run through it once again real quick.
A, B, C, Ch, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, E, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, W. So it's U, V, W. So that means like W, but it's like two V's. X, Y, and theta.
Y and theta.
Theta. Theta. Okay. I'm gonna try that one more time before I go.
And theta.
A, B, C, Ch, D, E, F, G. This is the G that always trips me up. Oh, you're in Jalisco. Oh, I'm in Quintana Roo. Sorry. A, B, C, Ch, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, A, L, Y, like quesadilla, yeah, I, M, N, Ñ, O, P, Q, R, C, seis, I don't know, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Tita. Alrighty, so I practiced my alphabet, check. So now I'm gonna try it off the top of my head, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. A, B, C, Che, yeah, Che, yeah, Che, D, E, F, H, you gotta feel it from the bottom of your soul. H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, and then there's another one that's like R, like the rolling of the R's. S, T, U, V, W, Y, oh sorry, I skipped one. X, Y, Theta. Alright, perfect. And thank you for being in the live. Please like it. Thank you so much. Alright, so now that I have those done, I want to practice a little bit of like introducing myself. Well, first I should spell my name. So to practice my name, it's probably going to be a bit of a challenge because people, you gotta name in Spanish, so I'm gonna try. So my name will be J O Y C I or E. What is the difference between E and E? Okay, the I and the E are swapped. So it's J O Y C E L Y N. And then my last name will be B A N S O N. Pretty easy. Okay. So now I have to say my name. Let me try it again without looking. J O Y C E L Y N. Last name B A N S O N. Yeah. I'm gonna try it one more time, just to be sure. J O Y C E L Y N B A N S O N. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so I have that down. I practice saying my name. I'm gonna practice some of my verbs because I need to know those verbs. So like, let's say I want to introduce myself. Like, what's your name? ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? Welcome to my live. ¿Cómo te llamas? Is what's your name? And I would say me llamo Jocelyn. ¿Dónde eres? Where are you from? Soy de Estados Unidos. I need to actually write this down. So I would be like, ¿Dónde eres? Sorry, I heard some noise. And I would say, soy de Estados Unidos. ¿Por qué estás en México? En México. ¿Por qué estás en México? Estoy en México para viajar, that means to travel. Welcome to the live, please like it, thank you. Viajar y aprender español. Tell me if that sounds too Google Translate-y, so let me know. The next one is, how long are you staying? ¿Cuánto tiempo vas a quedarte? Cuidarte, cuidarte, que, quedarte, quedarte, quedar, quedarte. I'm gonna try that out. I feel like I had to roll the R there. Quedarte. And now it makes sense why you have to roll your R's, because sometimes saying it just regularly just doesn't make sense. Quedarte doesn't make sense. Quedarte. Because otherwise the words will get lost or letters will get lost. That's how it sounds to me in my brain. So, ¿cuánto tiempo vas a quedarte? Quedarte. So I would say, me voy a quedar por un mes. So for 1 month. And someone says, what do you do for work? ¿A qué te dedicas? ¿Dedicas? I don't really know if I've heard that before. I think oftentimes I hear like trabajo, like what do you do for work, versus dedicas. I've never seen that before, and I've never heard it been asked to me. So my answer will be, yo soy profesora de ciencias. I've been saying ciencio. So science in Spanish. Maybe it's the female and the negative, the feminine and the masculine. Ciencia. So if I put an O on that, what happens? Ciencia is still science. Still science, okay. Let's try that again. So like for the next one, it says, hablo un poco de español, pero estoy aprendiendo. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna try this one more time and then see if I can like do it on my own by asking myself the Spanish words and then just responding. Hi, hola Edwin, hola. Dale, come on in. See, I'm learning a little bit. I'm practicing my Spanish, so if you want to correct me, if you know Spanish, please. So let me try it again. I would say me llamo Jocelyn. So yeah, me llamo Jocelyn. Soy de Estados Unidos. Estoy en México para viajar y aprender español. Let me look up what the word learn is in Spanish, because it might not. It's aprender. How about study? Estudiar. So I guess learn will be more appropriate. Okay. Hablas español. Wonderful. How do you say, like, you know, like some of those filler words we use in English, like interesting, like wonderful, or perfect. Like, not perfect. Perfecto is perfect. But like, what would I say if I want to like say, oh, interesting? Hi Alma, welcome. Hola, dale. I'm practicing my Spanish. I'm here in Mexico for the next month, and I'm trying to learn as much Spanish as possible. In the next 30 days, I'm gonna be going live every single day, except for the weekends, of course. And we'll see how it looks at the end. I'm gonna post about it on YouTube, so if you follow along, please follow along. If you want to study with me, please. I just practiced my vocabulary. My alphabet. As a review, I do know a little bit of Spanish, but not much. So I'm gonna try this one more time. ¿Cómo te llamas? Me llamo Jocelyn. ¿De dónde eres? Soy de Estados Unidos. I'm from the United States, and I could say específicamente. No. Specifically. Hi, Dener. Hi, Edwin. Welcome. ¿Qué significa? Fucking Spanish is crazy. Okay, child, we family friendly over here. Thank you, respectfully. Específicamente, or particularly. Particularmente. I need to write that down. Particularmente. particularly. How about specifically? You know what I'm like struggling with is that your house? No. This is a rental. I don't own this house. I'm at the top of the building, so no. It's not my house, but I'm in paradise learning Spanish. Específicamente. I can't spell to save my life. Alright. So I'm gonna practice some more. So let's see. ¿Cómo te llamas? Me llamo Jocelyn. But I also hear a lot, ¿cuál es tu nombre? What is your name? ¿Cuál es tu nombre? Mi nombre es Joycelyn. Let me make sure that sounds right. Yeah, mi nombre es. Mi nombre es. Or I could say me llamo. My name is. Alright, so let me practice again. ¿Cómo te llamas? Me llamo Jocelyn. ¿Cuál es tu nombre? Mi nombre es Jocelyn. ¿De dónde eres? Where are you from? Soy de Estados Unidos, específicamente Washington, D.C. Washington. I don't know if I'm supposed to put an accent on that, but Washington, D.C. ¿Por qué estás en México? So I would say something like, estoy en México para viajar y vacaciones, both of them to travel and to vacation, y aprender español. So I would say something like, if they ask me, ¿por qué estás en México? I would say, estoy en México para viajar y vacaciones is another one I could use, or y aprender español para 30 días, 30 days, un mes. Something else I could say, so if somebody asks me for how long, I would say, ¿cuánto tiempo vas a cuidarte? Correct me if I'm wrong. ¿Cuánto tiempo vas a quedarte? How long are you staying? I would say, me voy a quedar por un mes. Me voy a come for a month. Un mes. I would usually say por un mes. Por un mes. Por un mes, or I would say, me voy a quedar por un mes. Let's try that one more time. Let's see what that means, because I don't want it to be a literal translation. I'm going to stay. So me voy, but I don't think me voy is I'm going to. But it does mean I'm going to. So quedar is stay. Quedar is stay. That makes sense. Quedar is stay. So these mosquitoes are getting me. One on my leg. Oh, it's so itchy. So voy quedar. Let me play the audio so I can hear it.
Voy quedar.
Quedar. So this is quedar. I say key. Because something about the QUE just gives me key. Sorry, it's so hot in Mexico right now. My tail's sweating. I'm sweating and I got my steps in today. So, yeah. Let's try that again. So if somebody asks, I'm gonna say, voy quedar. Let me try that again. Me voy a quedar por un mes. So I could say something like voy a. Going to. So a is like the two in this, I guess. Hola, welcome, welcome, welcome. Dale. I'm practicing my Spanish. Please like the live. Thank you. So I could say me voy a. Let me write that down. Me voy a quedar por un mes. The only thing is that like I get alternatives of what like the internet is giving me. Like when I think about how people ask a question, you can ask it in a variety of different ways with when you're having a conversation. So it's something that I'm trying to take into account. Hopefully I will get time to go live with one of my Spanish teachers. I've been doing online Spanish lessons for the past few weeks, maybe like 2 or 3 months, but I haven't been consistent. But I've dedicated like time and like money to taking 3 lessons per week, 1 hour each day that I'm doing it, with a Spanish teacher who is in Mexico, so that my Spanish is Mexican Spanish versus like Spain Spanish or Argentinian or anything else. All right, so maestra is like teacher, but I don't know if that's the best way to say that. Maestra. It's like mistress, female teacher, school mom. So I could use maestra for teacher. For me, I guess maestro is teacher for a man, female. And then I'm gonna do profesora. That's what I've been saying a lot, that I'm a teacher, but I'm like a profesora. If I have to say like they, like of. Let's see. Soy maestra de ciencias. That's another thing I've been messing up on. I've been saying cienciu instead of science, like feminine. So if somebody says, ¿cuál es tu trabajo? Let's see. I would say mi trabajo es because that's what I've been hearing. ¿Cuál es tu trabajo? I can say mi trabajo es profesora de ciencia. Also, let me know what you think about my accent, if it's really like champ. I'm trying to channel my inner like Sofia Vergara, a little bit of like as much of an accent as I can channel. I've been trying to do that because I think it helps. Like when you have an accent and you're confident, even if you mess up, it's like people are not really gonna trip, versus like if you're really insecure about how you sound. So let's try that again. ¿Cómo te llamas? Me llamo Jocelyn. ¿De dónde eres? I would say soy de Estados Unidos, específicamente Washington, D.C. So if somebody says where you're from, ¿de dónde eres? Or ¿dónde eres? I would say soy de Estados Unidos. I'm from Estados Unidos, específicamente Washington, D.C. Next question, ¿por qué estás en México? I would say estoy en México para viajar y estoy, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that I am in Mexico to travel and study Spanish. So I would say estoy en México para viajar y aprender español. Let me make sure I said that right. Estoy en México para viajar y aprender español. I could also say for estoy en México para vacaciones y aprender español, to learn Spanish. Perfect. ¿Cuánto tiempo vas a quedarte? Quedarte. And I would say, I don't know why I say mi voy instead of yo voy. Why would I say mi voy instead of yo voy? I need to practice on when to use me and when to use yo. When to use me and yo. Because that's confusing. Because why am I saying me instead of yo boy? But I guess yo boy is I go stay, which is weird. So, mi voy a quedar. Mi voy a quedar. No, quedar. Me voy a quedar por un mes. Me voy a quedar por un mes. And these are just some of the questions that I get asked most. So, ¿cuánto tiempo vas a quedarte? Estoy en México. No. Me voy a quedar para un mes. Me voy a quedar para un mes. Okay. Me voy a quedar para un mes. I'm gonna try to hear that out so I can see if it sounds right, because child, it sounded a little American right now. It sounded a little no hablo inglés. That's how it sounded. It sounded very bad. Or español. No hablo español.
Me voy a quedar por un mes.
Me voy a quedar por un mes. Me voy a quedar por un mes. I need to know how to say that. Me voy a quedar por un mes. Me voy a quedar por un mes. ¿A qué te dedicas? What do you do for work? ¿A qué te dedicas? That literally looks like it translates to what are you dedicated to? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm gonna break that sentence down so I can practice my Spanish a little bit more. My legs are itching. Okay. So, ¿a qué te... Let me listen to this.
¿A qué te dedicas?
¿A qué te dedicas? What do you do? ¿A qué te dedicas? Or, ¿cuál es tu trabajo? And my answer would be, mi trabajo es profesora de ciencia, or I could say maestra de ciencias, a teacher of Spanish. Soy maestra de ciencias. Soy maestra de ciencias. ¿Hablas español? ¿Hablas español? What the hell? Y'all heard that? That's crazy. Child, I don't know what's going on, child. I'm in Mexico. I don't know what's going on. Number 2. ¿Hablas español? Hablo un poco de español, pero estoy aprendiendo. And you know what's interesting about this? When to use what verbs. Aprendiendo, I'm learning, versus and learn Spanish. and to learn Spanish. Anyway, hablo un poco de español, pero estoy aprendiendo. Let me check that out and see if that's how it's pronounced.
Hablo un poco de español, pero estoy aprendiendo.
Hablo un poco de español, pero estoy aprendiendo. Okay. Hablo un poco de español, pero estoy aprendiendo. Hablo un poco de español, pero estoy aprendiendo. I feel like I'm doing a lot of mouth movement trying to get the words out. But what I've noticed when I speak to Spanish speakers, like for example, I went on an excursion today. We went on a bike ride around the neighborhood. And they were just like giving us a tour and everything. And during the tour, you could see that a lot of the there's a lot of emphasis. And it almost felt like, I don't know, especially in the front part of the mouth, I feel like there's a lot of emphasis, and I need to do that in Spanish. It's not like a lazy language where in like English you can kind of just like really mumble for real and get the words out. Like you really don't have to say anything. I barely have to move my mouth to say anything because most of it is my tongue or like it's like back in my throat versus like somebody who's speaking Spanish where I feel like it's a lot of emphasis on like words. And like you need to be able to enunciate properly in order to get that out. It's like aprendiendo. Like you can't say that chill. Aprendiendo, like what? Anyways, we're gonna try that again. Hablo un poco de español, pero estoy aprendiendo. So I would say something like, hablas, so if somebody says to me, hablas español or hablo español, hablas español, I would say, hablo un poco de español, hablo un poco, pero estoy aprendiendo. Hablo un poco de español, pero estoy aprendiendo. Hablo un poco de español, pero estoy aprendiendo. Okay, so I would say I speak a little Spanish, but I'm learning. Hablo un poco de español, pero estoy aprendiendo. Okay. I know I've been saying the same thing over and over again, but I'm trying to practice as much as I can, and it takes time. I have 3 more other things to try in a moment, but I'm going to do one more for sure. So, me llamo Jocelyn. Mi nombre es Jocelyn. ¿De dónde eres? Soy de Estados Unidos, específicamente Washington, D.C. ¿Por qué estás en México? ¿Por qué estás en México? Estoy en México para viajar y aprender español. ¿Por qué estás en México? ¿Por qué estás en Mérida? ¿Por qué estás en Mexico City? ¿Por qué estás en San Miguel de Allende? Right? Like I want to be able to say this, so I need to keep practicing. Estoy en México para viajar y vacaciones y aprender español. Another thing with my Spanish, I feel like I use my hands more. Like that was another thing I noticed with my professor, like with the instructor for the class that I went to earlier, or the activity I did, the excursion. It was a lot of motion. Like I felt like she was talking with the front of her mouth and all of her hands, and she was just very expressive. And I love that type of Spanish. Something about it just, I don't know, just makes me happy. When I tell you it's hot, baby, it's like 90 something degrees, and I'm burning. And by the way, I'm outdoors. Like this is not a green screen. I'm literally outside. So yeah, being inside would be great with AC, but I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not gonna focus. Anyway, let's move on. I'm gonna do the next one. So I practice. Me llamo Jocelyn. Soy de Estados Unidos, específicamente Washington, D.C. Estoy en México para viajar y aprender español. Me voy a quedar por un mes. ¿A qué te dedicas o cuál es tu trabajo? Soy maestra de ciencia o soy profesora de ciencia. ¿Hablas en español? Hablo un poco de español, pero aprendiendo aprendiendo, pero that means estoy, so it means but I'm learning, or I am learning, but I'm learning. Let's see how that sounds.
Hablo un poco de español, pero estoy aprendiendo.
Aprendiendo. Okay, so hablo un poco de español, pero estoy aprendiendo, not aprendí, whatever I said before. Aprendiendo. Next. So let's say I want to order food. Typically, when I go out to eat, I'll literally just say, tablo para mí, table for me. And yeah, tiene menu. Me puede dar el menu. So, can I have a menu? Let's see. What is dar in this to give? Let's see how this translates to. This translates down to I can give the menu. I can receive the menu, I guess. Ooh, my back is itching. ¿Me puede dar el menú? Quiero el menú. ¿Me puede? I think that's the thing about Spanish. It's like subject, verb, adjective. Subject, verb, adjective. I think that's so interesting. But I think as I like learn more phrases, I'll become more proficient. ¿Me puede dar el menú? ¿Me puede dar el menú? ¿Tienen menú? Quisiera blank, por favor. ¿Cuánto cuesta? How much does it cost? I've been using that a lot. ¿Cuánto cuesta? Para llevar, to go for. So I can say, para llevar quesadilla, un quesadilla. But when do I use un versus una? Un versus una. So I could say something like, para llevar, or para aquí, for here. Oh, that means, I thought it meant like to go with, but it just means to go over here. Para llevar, o aquí. Para llevar, o aquí. Aquí. For here. Sin picante, por favor. No spice, por favor. Más picante, por favor. Una botella de agua, por favor. I've been asking for that a lot too. Botella de agua. That one I know. So tienen menu. Me puede dar el menu. Me puede dar el menu. So if somebody said, if I need a menu, I would say, me puede dar el menu. Me puede dar el menu. Or I can say, tienen menu. I could say quiero or quiero, but something that I've said a lot is like, but another way I could say this is like quisiera. Let me see how that's pronounced. Quisiera. Google and me are besties right now. Quisiera. Hola, welcome, dale. Aprendiendo Spanish, español. I'm learning Spanish, so join me. All right. ¿Cuánto cuesta? That's essential. ¿Cuánto cuesta? How much does it cost? Para llevar or para aquí? For here or to go? Más picante, por favor. Un botella de agua, por favor. So a bottle of water, please. Okay, so I can also ask for other things. So So like, let's say I go to a restaurant in Merida. I can practice like what I want to say. So let's look at some of the menus. Oh, something that I've actually been like aiming to get is chaya. I had it when I was in Progreso. It was great. It's like a Mayan like staple. It's basically like spinach kind of. And we got to see a chaya plant recently. So I'm looking forward to like getting that and ordering it. So I'm trying to look up a chaya restaurant, like a Mayan restaurant. I can check out the menu. But thanks for being here with me, practicing my Spanish. I appreciate you. I feel like I'm not talking into the ether, the abyss. I don't know. But I'm gonna get off in like 15 minutes. Sorry, that was so unladylike. Forgive me, y'all. I have some respect for myself. Oh my god, I'm sweating on my boobs too. Monica, hola, hola. Welcome. I'm just practicing my Spanish. Monica, if you know some Spanish, please correct me. Hablo, can I speak? Hablos un poco de español, but I'm learning. Pero estoy aprendiendo. Yeah. Aprendiendo. Okay. Una botella de agua, por favor. So I could say quesería, or yo quiero pollo de arroz de pollo con queso, or con cebolla. Cebolla is the B and B in Spanish mix. I feel like sometimes when people say the B in Spanish, they really want to say a B. The volume is very low. Really? For you or for me? Like, I'm talking too low? Can you hear me better now? Muy bajo. Okay. ¿Está bien? Yes, no? Sí or no? Can you hear me better now? It could be that I'm outside and that you can see the trees moving behind me. There is wind and there's birds and there's cars. And I'm trying not to be too loud because there are other people, right? Like, not out here, but there are apartments right in front of me. Let me move it a little closer to make it better. But I appreciate you telling me this, so then when I go live again, I know to not do this. Anyway, what am I gonna say? Sí, está mejor. Okay, better. Let me write that down. You know what word I've been using a lot in Spanish? Por ejemplo. For example, I'm obsessed. Okay. So to ask for a menu, me puede. Try that again. Me puede dar el menú. Tiene el menu. Still low, but better. Okay. Can you hear like the honking behind me by chance? Is it that I'm just talking low, or it's just like the audio is just low in general? It could be because I'm charging my phone. Have you changed your mind yet? On what? Oh my god, I snorted. Not on live. Ciao, not me snorting on live. Anyway, let me put my charger in. My phone's on 6%. Okay. ¿Tienen menú? ¿Me puede dar el menú? Yo quiero espresso martini, por favor. I ordered that the other night at a rock concert. It was really cool. Here in Mexico. No. In Mexico. Next. If I want to say without spice, I could say sin picante, por favor. But I'm going to come back to the food stuff later because I feel like food is easy. I've done that a few times in Mexico, so I don't necessarily feel like the need to do that consistently. Ordering a taxi. ¿Cuánto cuesta al centro? ¿Cuánto cuesta al centro? So how much does it cost to go to the center? I actually asked that earlier. It was 200 pesos. I'm going to, let's say I'm going to Mexico City. Voy a Mexico City or sitio. I don't know what city is in Spanish. I don't hear much honking or noise. It's just your voice that's low, but a bit better now. Okay. I mean, I have a low voice, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a yeller. I lied. I do be yelling. I'm just outdoors and I want to be respectful. What's another word? Voy a ciudad. Yeah, you're right. I should know that. Ciudad de Mexico.
Ciudad de México.
So, voy a Ciudad de Mexico. Or voy a Ciudad de San Miguel de Allende, right? Next. ¿Puede llevarme a esta dirección? Can you take me to this address? Or can you take me in this direction? ¿Puede llevarme a esta dirección? Can you take me to this address? Aquí está bien. Here is fine. Aquí está bien. Aquí está bien. Okay. It says, hi, your stream came up as a recommendation in my YouTube, and I clicked. Guess it's because I also study Spanish, but I'm in Peru now. Congrats, Peter. Big ups to you. That's great. I want to go to Peru so bad. I want to go to Lima. I had a friend who just came back, and I was supposed to go with her, and she was raving about it. And honestly, I feel like Peru is just one of those unrated destinations. Obviously, people go to like Machu Picchu, but there are some real hidden gems in Peru. And also the temperature is pretty moderate depending on what time of year. Thank you, Monica. Puede llevarme a esta dirección. So, can you take me to this place? Aquí está bien. Excepta tarjeta. What I found is tienes tarjeta. Like, do you have a card reader? It's fine. So, I'm gonna do a practice round of introducing myself. It's nice here, yes. Not too hot weather, yeah. I need to experience that. How long are you in Peru? Monica, are you in a Latin country or in Latin America at all by chance? Okay, well, while you guys respond, I'm gonna tell you about me and where I'm at and why I'm here. Or if you want to ask me, that makes it better. Like, if you ask me the questions in Spanish and then I have to respond, that would be cool. But it's up to you, no pressure. While you're doing that, I'm going to, me as in me, puede tener as me, not as me. So the me as in me puede is me. Me puede. Traer, not as in me. Okay. I'm gonna write that down. So I guess me, the regular way that we say it in English would be mi, and me would be me. Thank you. And this is why I appreciate you all, because you make me better. Child, because I don't got no one else to speak to Spanish to aside from my tutors 3 times a week, and I'll do that tomorrow. And then this other one is like the regular me. And the other one is meh. Okay. So if I were to say that again, it could be me puede, me puede llevarme a esta dirección. And if you have any useful phrases that you use while in Peru or in other parts, let me know. So I would say, let me talk to you all. So, hola, Mónica, hola, or buenas tardes. Me llamo Jocelyn. Yo soy, I'm struggling. I just went over this. I'm gonna go again. Hola, Mónica. Me llamo Jocelyn. Yo soy profesora de ciencia, or soy maestra de ciencia. Me voy a I came to Mexico. Me voy a Mexico, or I am in Mexico, or estoy would be a better one. Yes. Estoy en Mexico para viajar y vacaciones y aprender español. Hablo un poco de español, pero pero estoy aprendiendo. I'm learning. I could say, in Mexico, this is another question I've been getting a lot. I visited, me fui, or I went to Mazatlan y Puerto Vallarta y Cabo San Lucas, or San Lucas Cabo. Oh, thank you, Hannah. Thank you. Gracias, muy gracias. I'm gonna be practicing on live every single day for 1 hour, and I'm also gonna do that on TikTok. I'm gonna do that in like another hour. But I'm introducing myself. If somebody asks me how long I'm gonna be in Mexico, I'll simply say, me voy a quedar por un mes, pero algunas, I forgot the other word, but it means maybe or sometimes. Maybe I'll stay longer. That's what I'm trying to say. What else do I want to say? If I need a menu, me puede dar el menu. Tienen menu. Can I have a menu? También, also, bien a Mexico para. So let me look at that verb, V-I-N-E. I came, that's past tense. Or like, it's one of the tenses, y'all. I don't know all those words. Thank you, Monica. You're a real one. This is why I like y'all. That's why I like y'all. I came. Thank you. Tal vez me quede más tiempo. So I guess you're gonna say another time? I don't know. I'm gonna get off live in about 30 seconds, but I just wanted to review my vocab before I go. But thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let me keep going. ¿Tienen menu? ¿Me pueden dar el menu? Quisiera blank, quesadilla y picadillo, or whatever it is. Por favor, ¿cuánto cuesta? How much does it cost? Para llevar, para aquí, so for here to go. Sin picante, con picante, por favor. Una botella de agua, por favor. Can I have a bottle of water? Outside of a bottle of water, I'm drinking agua de Jamaica every time, okay? Next. ¿Cuánto cuesta al centro? Tal vez, maybe. Thank you. Tal vez means maybe. See, okay. I've been getting a lot of different ways of saying stuff, so this is really cool that you're, sharing that. Um, what else did I want to say? Mm, ¿Cuánto cuesta al centro? Voy a Merida or somewhere, right? Voy a, I could say like some type of cenote or something. O Playa de Progreso, Playa Progreso. Puede llevarme a esta dirección. Aquí está bien. Here is fine. Excepta tarjeta. I don't really know if I've ever heard anybody say excepta, but yeah. I'm gonna say tienes tarjeta. And yeah, I think I'm done. Thank you guys for following me and for being on my live for the last hour. I will be back tomorrow, maybe sometime around this time, maybe a little later, to practice my Spanish. So it's been fun. I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Bye, Monica. Bye, Hannah. Bye, Peter. Bye, Reno. Everyone. Edwin.